and welcome to the very first instalment of Making a Meal of It. So for the first 3 episodes I'm going to be making pasta dishes, but for this episode I'm going to be making both spaghetti bolognese and chili. And the reason I'm making them both together is that the way that I make it, they actually share quite a lot of the same ingredients. So basically you're cutting down on half of the time and hassle that it would take to make 2 seemingly very different dishes. Okay, before I go on to say what ingredients you're going to need, I'll just say that this will make about 6 portions. So it's really good if you're feeding a crowd, or if you're just on your lonesome, you can pop it into freezer bags or containers and put it in the freezer to have it at a later date. That's what I'm going to do because I'm a big loner. So to make this you will need 750 grams of beef mince, or you can make it cheaper by using turkey mince, or make it vegetarian using vegetarian mince such as corn, 1,500 grams of passata, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 onions, white or red, doesn't matter. They'll both make you cry and then leave you just like all the others. 2 peppers, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of bouillon powder, 1 cup of sweet corn, 1 cup of peas. Then, just for the spaghetti bolognese, you will need 1 large carrot and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And then for the chili, you'll need 2 cans or 240 grams strained weight of kidney beans, and of course chili. I'm not going to say how much chili to put in because everyone likes different levels of heat, and some chilies are hotter than others, so just gauge it for yourself depending on how hot you like it. I like it hot, so I'll be putting in a tablespoon of chili powder and also some fresh chili. Which brings me to my point of interest. So, you see me standing here chopping chilies, and you notice I'm wearing gloves. Now you might think, I already know what she's going to say. She's going to tell me that I should wear gloves while chopping chilies, so that if I forget to wash my hands, and then rub my eyes or scratch myself somewhere sensitive, then I won't get burnt. But you'd be halfway right, because what I was going to tell you was, if you're wearing gloves after chopping chilies and then you rub yourself or scratch yourself or whatever whilst you're still wearing the gloves, that won't protect you. You will still get burnt on the piece of skin. And you might be thinking, yeah, that's incredibly obvious, Samantha. You didn't need to tell me that. But I could have done that piece of information round about 4 years ago. So let me tell you a cautionary tale. Let me take you back to a time and a place far away. So somewhere near the start of my first year of university, I was in the science lab, doing something scientific, and I wasn't dealing with chilies, I was dealing with an irritant chemical. At some point I got this chemical on my hand, or the glove on my hand, and then I got an itchy forehead, so I scratched it. And then it got really itchy, then a little bit tingly, and then sore. So I turned to my lab partner and told her that my head was sore. My head's really sore. And she asked me, is it right there in the middle of your forehead? Then I said, yeah, there's a big red lump right there. Oh, yep, that's right. I managed to give myself a chemical burn on my forehead. But, as you can see, I've lived to tell the tale. I just went to my lecturer who told me to wash it off with some water, and it was fine. But the moral of the story is, take your gloves off before you touch yourself. So you'll probably be wanting that recipe around now. And we're going to start off with probably the least appetizing part of cooking this, the mince. So you're going to dry fry the mince, which means that you won't have to put any oil in. The fat and the juices that will come out of the mince will lubricate the pan. Pan. So break it up just a little bit, not too much, because you want to leave some chunks. So when you start seeing the grey or brown parts coming up around the sides, you're going to flip it over and then you're just going to keep cooking it and moving it around a little bit until it's browned or, well, grey all over. Once you've done that and you've chopped up all your vegetables, get 2 pots and in each put half of the passata, mince, garlic, peppers, onion, sugar and bouillon powder. Then to 1 pot add the Italian seasoning and the carrot and chilli to the other. Put the lids onto both of the pots and then you're going to leave them for an hour, but after 40 minutes wash the gunk off the kidney beans, gunk, and put them into the chilli pot.
Hey, how have you been? Well, that's just rude.
Sorry about that. So, where were we? Right. So, about 5 minutes towards the end, you're going to add in the sweet corn and the peas. And the reason you're going to add these in later is that they really just need defrosting as opposed to cooking. And also the peas will go a bit dark and smushy and won't taste very nice if you cook them for too long. Again, you're putting half of each in this, so it's half a cup of each into each pot. You can of course season it with salt and pepper, but I'm not actually going to add any to mine because I'm going to be putting cheese on top of it, which will be plenty of salt for me. If at any point the sauce gets too watery, what you can do is you can leave the lid off and that'll let the water evaporate, or you can add a tablespoon of either plain flour or corn flour and that'll thicken up the sauce. Or if it gets too dry and it starts to stick to the bottom of the pan, what you can do then is add a little drop of warm water and a drop of tomato puree. And that should be you finished. So the chilli you can have with rice and maybe pop some cheese and sour cream on top. Or you could put it in a wrap or have it with tacos. The bolognese you definitely have to have with spaghetti. You can't have it with any other kind of pasta or it will definitely explode, without a doubt. You can, however, have it with either cheddar or parmesan cheese. That's everything from this episode. Thanks very much for watching. The next instalment of making a meal of it will be on how to make macaroni and cheese or cheesy pasta, whatever you call it. But my next vlog will be about organisation and that should be out next Thursday. So check that out if you so wish. And that's all from me just now. Thank you, bye!